on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. This is my time. This is my time. The only thing I
Is something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? Regardless, if you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, or if you're just a human who lives in a world who is going through hard times, therapy can give you tools to approach your life in a very different way. And that's why I am very excited to tell you about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible. And this is an important mission because finding a therapist can be really hard, especially when you're limited to the options in your area. BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online, it's remote, and by filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you to a professional therapist in as little as a few days. It's easy to sign up and get matched up with the therapist. There's a link in my description. Make sure you click on that and it will take you to the site. Clicking the link helps support the channel, but it also gets you 10% off of your first month of BetterHelp so you can connect with the therapist and see if it helps you. And because finding a therapist is a little like dating, if you don't really fit with the therapist, which is the common thing with therapy, you can easily switch to a therapist for free without stressing about insurance, who's in your network, or anything like that. So if you're struggling, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description. Thank you again, BetterHelp, for supporting this channel. And ladies and gentlemen, I urge you to take advantage of this opportunity and make sure that you take advantage of the 10% discount, because one thing that I know in society today is there are a lot of people who just need to talk to someone who needs therapy, who needs help. And even on this channel, a lot of times people contact me saying, you know, they're going through this, they're going through that. And unfortunately, I'm not able to help everyone. That's why I am more than excited that BetterHelp reached out and we were able to partner up, because this is definitely going to help many of you. So make sure you sign up to BetterHelp. I think that this is a phenomenal opportunity that many people actually need. Listen, if you're struggling, if depression, anxiety, once again, seek the help you need, because we all need a healthy life. We all need to enjoy our lives. And we all love our favorite team, the Miami Dolphins. What better way to actually enjoy them other than being stress-free, being able to work out all the things that bother you on a day-to-day basis mentally, and be able to have a free mind? Check out BetterHelp, people, especially if you need it. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh man, make sure y'all check out BetterHelp if you need help. Also, even if you don't need help, it's always good to talk to somebody. So y'all check that out, man. I'm glad I got to partner with them at the end of the day. Because this is something that can actually help some people. All right. Y'all hit that like button on your way in the building. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to TDPHINSTALK right now. Austin Jackson got paid. Man, this is crazy, because we were just talking about this last week, because somebody sent the super chat and asked, should we pay Austin Jackson? And I told y'all, yeah, because you don't have no tackles for the future. You have to pay him. We looked it up. His market value on Spotrac was $10.5 million. And what did I tell y'all? I said his market is 10.5, but we gonna have to give him 12 or 13 because we drafted him. We're gonna have to give him 12 or 13. And here we are today. Like clockwork, the Miami Dolphins gave him a 3-year, $36 million contract, which is $12 million, and the incentives can bring it up to $39 million, which is $13 million a year. Right on point. Right on point. I told you they'd have to pay him a little more than his market value, but a good thing it was just a little more. Okay? So I like the deal. I like the deal because the deal has outs. The deal puts us right in the window of the 2 years, this year and next year. Why do I say that? Because it's only it's about $21 million guaranteed, right? So you play next year, and then you'll have pretty much a dead cap after next year of about $8 million. And just say he sucks next year, just hypothetically. Then they still got 2 more years where they can cut him after that and have a dead cap of 8 million, but you got 2 years to spread it out. So 4 million, 4 million. It's an easy out just in case things go wrong. This is a team-friendly deal, not from a monetary standpoint, but from a out standpoint. Just in case this is a fluke, just in case he reverts back to not doing well, they can get out after next year if they want right away and only eat dead cap of 4 million and 4 million. Now, somebody said in the chat coming in, they're clearing cap space. Who are they signing? This has nothing to do with clearing cap space. This has absolutely nothing to do with clearing cap space. And let me explain that to you, okay? Austin Jackson is still on his rookie contract, okay? Let me show you real quick. As a rookie, Austin Jackson pretty much got a 4-year, almost $14 million contract, okay? Within that contract, you have to look at it like this. This year, his cap hit is $4.3 million. He was an unrestricted free agent next year. They're not clearing anything. They're not clearing anything. This year, his cap hit is going to be his cap hit regardless. The real numbers we got to wait to come in for next year. So when you're looking at a $21 million pretty much guaranteed on his new deal, average annual salary of $12 million, they'll be able to restructure next year if they have to, which they will. They'll bring Austin Jackson in. They'll restructure him and give him even more signing bonus, basically more upfront money, right? And then they'll try to clear some cap that way. But you got to understand, when we say clear some cap for next year, it's not clearing cap because he was never on our books. So when we look at things like, the Dolphins are negative 40 million next year, nothing we do with Austin Jackson is going to reduce that number because he wasn't even under contract next year in that negative 40. He wasn't even under contract next year. He had nothing to do with that negative 40. And if anything, now he's going to make it even more negative. The details will be out soon, but they'll have some flexibility to reduce the hit long term, depending on how they structure the deal. But the reality is this is the tip of the iceberg, y'all. You know, as a matter of fact, this is a good time to write a list. This is a good time to write a list. Austin Jackson, check. Robert Hunt, question mark. Y'all go ahead and help me out in the chat, all the people that got to get paid this year. Christian Wilkins, question mark. Connor Williams, question mark. Van Ginkel, question mark. Jerome Baker, question mark. Even though we know some of these guys ain't gonna be here no more, okay? All right. Javon Holland was a 2nd-round pick, so he doesn't have a 5th-year option. So let me see if that means he gets paid. Let me take a look at that real quick. Tua, how could I forget? Question mark. Nick Needham. Question mark. All right, Javon Holland is in his 3rd year. Yep, he gonna want his cash. He's gonna want his cash. Javon Holland. And a matter of fact, Javon Holland might end up being an all-pro. This is Holland's 3rd year. This ain't his 4th year. This is 3rd. Holland might end up being an all-pro. And with that being said, he ain't playing a down next year unless he get his money. Soon as he get that all pro, oh, his agent, nah, my client ain't playing her down until he get his money, and that's gonna be a bag. What Minkah Fitzpatrick got? Oh no, I've never talked about the money that Holland's gonna need to get. Oh, why is that just hitting me? Gosh. Wow. Wow. I keep saying Javon Holland got to get paid, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't think about the money that's going to be. Man. Oh, man. He is tied for the number one safety in the league right now on a contract negotiable year. He going to sit out because they going to try to franchise tag him because that bag going to hurt. Him and Wilkins in the back right now. Man, Holland agent gonna sit that man out. Nah. Well, my client would like to trade. And you think they gonna trade another all-pro safety? They are not gonna have a repeat of Minkah Fitzpatrick. The agent got every bit of leverage in the world. Oh, that's why Greer ain't giving Wilkins his money. Greer in there scratching his head like no other. Oh my gosh. I ain't even think about that, man. Raheem Mostert, yep. Question mark. Waddle. Question mark. Will they franchise tag Waddle? I mean, franchise tag for wide receivers, they'll pick up the 5th-year option. But Waddle's going to want his deal. I wonder if Waddle willing to do a tour because is Waddle more proven than Tua though in his so far? Like Waddle's had consistent years of great numbers, but that's a great question. Is Waddle more proven than Tua or is he like Tua to where they're like, nah, we're gonna pick up your 5th and not give you your deal yet? I don't like. Let me ask y'all in the chat. Do they give Waddle his deal or they're going to pick up the 5th no matter what? But here's the question. Do they pick up the 5th and give him his deal or do they pick up the 5th and wait it out? What do y'all think going to happen? Same thing with Phillips. Do I pick up the 5th and give him his deal or do I pick up the 5th and wait it out? See, Phillips coming fresh off of an injury, they may wait it out. But Waddle, that's interesting. What do you do about Waddle? Y'all saying wait it out with Waddle? If he willing to, man, I ain't think about that. Interesting, man. Interesting. True. I got another one for y'all that we got to put on here. Brandon Jones, the one guy nobody talks about. He is an unrestricted free agent. He is an unrestricted free agent. Oh my gosh. Brandon Jones. Are they going to move on from him? Maybe he's the odd man out, but does that mean that they continue with Deshaun? Well, let me see Deshaun Elliott contract. Oh man, y'all spell Deshaun for me because I don't know if I'm actually typing this right now. Yeah, Deshaun, I got it right. Let me see. Is Deshaun? Oh, God, dog it. Deshaun Elliott is an unrestricted free agent. Oh my Gosh, boy, this team, man. Y'all, I tried to tell y'all don't realize how crazy y'all books are, man. Y'all don't understand how many people we got to pay next year, and we negative 40 million, and these people ain't even counting against that. The unrestricted free agents. Let me go back to Raheem Mostert. Let me see what his contract, when his up. All right, Raheem Mostert. So he's still under contract next year, but it's a extension year. Are they going to give Mostert an extension? They gave this man a 2-year deal, contract year. All right, let me go to Nick Needham real quick. Oh man, and this ain't even the full list. We just stopped here to see unrestricted free agent, UFA, Jerome Baker. Boy, oh boy. Sorry, y'all. We're gonna keep going, but we just gotta update everybody. So Jerome Baker's last year is next year, and Jerome already got voidable years. They restructured Jerome Baker to the point to where his last like contract year, like 15 million, is next year with 5 million dead cap. They're not going to eat that 5 million. Jerome, I mean, they're not going to eat that 15 million. I don't think they will. I think he's gone in free agency. I think they're going to cut Jerome Baker. But at the end of the day, this is a contract year. Contract year. Oh, man. All right, who else we got? Van Ginkel. Let me see about Van Ginkel. Let me see, because I thought they had gave Van Ginkel money. Cap hit 2.6, unrestricted free agent, UFA. Man, this team is full of them. Connor Williams. Let's look it up. Jalen Phillips already got on here. He's a contract year. He's in year 3 contract. Gosh, I didn't. Connor Williams is a UFA, unrestricted free agent, and how are we so negative next year? And none of these people are counting against our negative amount. Christian Wilkins, unrestricted free agent. Greer punted the ball because they didn't know if they could trust this team or not. They didn't know if they would have to blow it all up or not, which leads you to wonder, did Stephen Ross give him an ultimatum and say, you win this year or that's it? Greer might be on a hot seat, believe it or not, y'all. Stephen Ross might have gave this man an ultimatum. Don't screw my books up in front of 2024 further. Win this year, we'll pay everybody. If you don't win a Super Bowl this year, I don't care. He might have given him an ultimatum or told him, you better at least go to the championship round, because here comes another one. Robert Hunt, unrestricted free freaking agent. And Austin Jackson was a UFA, but he got his money. Now, I don't add players like Isaiah Wynn on here. And like, I don't add anybody, right? Unless it's like a Deshaun Elliott and we don't have anybody in the position. I don't add anybody unless you're a starter making more than $1 million or $2 million. Why? Because it doesn't matter. You're not going to help or hurt our books. When you're gone, we got to bring in another $1 or $2 million person anyway. So I'm not adding no Isaiah Wynn, no Robert Jones, those type of guys. Even if they UFAs, all we going to do is go get another bum to replace them. I'm talking about the players that actually start or play a vital role on this team. Austin Jackson got paid. Robert Hunt got to get paid. Christian Wilkins got to get paid. Connor Van Ginkel. What are you going to do with Jerome Baker? Tua. What are you going to do about Nick Needham? Holland, what are you going to do? Mostert, contract year. What are you going to do? Waddle, Phillips, Brandon Jones, Deshaun Elliott. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 players right there that got to get paid. G Money, man, y'all got to stop saying that this cap is fake, man. Pushing money, bro. I keep educating y'all on it. It's not fake. You can only manipulate it but so long. Please. It is not fake. Otherwise, if it wasn't fake, then why don't we just go get all the best free agents and offer them more money than anybody in the NFL like baseball? Because there's a salary cap. And it all adds up. Remember that miracle we thought the Saints pulled off? See, the Saints was that negative and they still got under and could get Carr. Look at the team. Look at the freaking roster. See, you don't notice the sacrifices a roster makes. See, the Dolphins can get under the cap and create $40 million next year. But guess what? They let Christian Wilkins walk. Guess what? They let Deshaun Elliott walk. Guess what? They literally told Javon Holland, we ain't paying you. He asked you for all of these things we don't think about. We just say, see, we got out of the trouble. The cap is fake. Then why couldn't you sign Austin Jackson? I mean, Christian Wilkins or something. Trust me, the cap is real. But it's just like taxes. It's not just a one-year thing. You can roll money over into a year. So let me give you an example. Say the salary cap is $100 million. If I only use 90 this year, my cap next year is 110. See, what some of y'all don't realize, everybody's cap number isn't the same every year. The average salary cap that they give you is the same, but some people's salary cap is increased or it's never reduced because you can't go at a deficit, spend more this year and say, we're just going to spend less next year. No, but if you spend less this year, you can carry over for 1 year. You got a 2-year window where you can carry money over. That's the only way your cap increases more than anybody else's, is if you save money to carry over until the next year. And you can only do that up to a certain amount. I got to look it up, but it ain't like, okay, I'm only spending $50 million this year, so next year I can have 150. No, there's only a certain amount that you can carry over. So you can't play that game. You can't have a $200 million salary cap and say, man, I'm going to get 53 guys worth $1 million. And then the next year, I'm going to have a $350 million salary cap just to get all the best players. There's only a certain amount, and it ain't that significant. It's like 20, 30 million or something. Max. Certain amount. Well, I don't know why I do that. Let me just look it up. How much cap can be carried over? Can a team roll over into the next year cap? There is rollover. The fact if a team spends less than 89% of the salary cap, the amount that they're short goes to the Did this change recently? They're saying here that if the team spends less than 89% of the salary cap, the amount that they're short goes to the players. So maybe the number is 11%. Okay, here it is. Yeah, this is the most recent one. Cap carryover, the amount of unused cap space from the prior year, the amount can be added / carried over into the current league year, increasing a team's salary cap limit. But there has to be a limit, and it might be that 11%. Well, they have the NFL top 51 rule, like where your top 51 players count against or something like that. Here it is right here. Cap space doesn't automatically carry over to next year. Teams must specify how much available space they want carried over. Basically, they have to inform the NFL this is what we're trying to carry over into the next year. Let me see any other details on it. Holland playing this week. I don't know. I have no clue. All right, but yeah, you can carry over. I'm not seeing the exact number, like the max they will allow you to carry over. All right, but anyway, man, I'll do more research on that. But listen, man, that's not it either. I got to go through some more because, let me, man, hold on. Let me look at what's his name, Howard, Xavier Howard's contract. When the Dolphins have an out on that, see if he need to be added to the list. Nah, he 2026. He got, but 2025, 2024, dang, they got so many back end years on X. So many back end years. This man next year is going to be a $26 million cap hit, but he also a $27 million dead cap. If they cut him, he's going to be $6.5 million dead cap for 4 years because he got 4 all the way to 2027. He's a UFA. Thank you, baby. Delicious. Thank you, man. I'm gonna leave X off of here, but unless they want to go the dead cap route. Jalen Ramsey, I think Ramsey good. Let me make sure though, because there was, I don't think it was a 5 or 4 year deal, so you might be right. Ramsey's out is 2025, so he got another year. Next year we'll be talking about do they want to extend Ramsey or move on. But Ramsey already done restructured to 2027. So they got voidable years to get out if they want. He'll be on this team next year, though, but it's only a $5 million dead cap next year. That's the easiest contract to get out of at the next year if you have to. So not Ramsey. Trying to go through the defense, make sure I cross everybody off. We got David Long. We got to look at the linebacker because we still Long. David Long. Because you got to look at your starters, man. You got to look at your starters. David Long got a 2-year, $11 million. Next year, he's almost a $7 million cap hit with a $2 million dead cap. He's on a contract year. So David Long goes on the list. David Long, contract year, just like Jerome Baker. So they're going to have to sign somebody because unless they just let him play out that last year, and that's if he wants to, and they can get out of that contract easily this offseason. But we're going to put him on here. What are they going to do? Who else? So those are the linebackers. We got Jalen Phillips and Ginkle. We got Chubb. He just signed the deal. That's long term. Emmanuel Ogbah. Let me put Ogbah on here, even though I don't think they're going to continue that contract. Ogbah's out is now. I mean, after this year, he'll be an $18 million cap hit just like this year, but he's only $4 million dead cap. He's might be the odd man out because they got to save money. They got to say, and you know what? I'm going to be honest. This is a perfect situation with Phillips going down for Ogbah to get his resume up for other teams next year. Unless he just wreaks havoc and becomes this nasty beast for the rest of the season, Dolphins moving on. The Dolphins moving on. Now, don't get me wrong. He has a great start. He already got a great start going for himself. He got a great start going for himself, but let me put Ogba on here. Contract year. Contract year to decide what they're going to do. Now, the reason why I'm taking these notes and writing this down, because I'm going to do a chart eventually, having all of them listed. And even though we know some of these guys are gone, they still got to be replaced. They still got to be replaced. So I'll be able to show you all, look at how many draft picks we got and how much money we got. How do we replace them? And the reality is, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. We'll figure it out, though. Greer will figure it out. All right? See, here's the thing that you got to think about as Dolphin fans. When you look at next year's cap and it's already negative, what you need to come to understand is every guy that we sign as a UFA, they don't save us money no matter how we restructure it, because they didn't count against the cap at all in our negative anyway. Remember that. When people start saying, oh, we'll sign them and then restructure their deal, they never counted against our cap next year anyway because they were UFAs. I don't care if you sign somebody on a $100 million contract and make them a cap hit of $2 million next year. Our cap is still going to go down another $2 million. However you want to slice it. Somebody said Hill, Tyreek Hill, 2 years in his contract. His ain't got no out for a while, I don't think. Yeah, well, his out is in 2025. So he's good for now. Next year, he's a $31 million cap hit with 54 million dead cap. There ain't no way they moving on from that. And they can anyway. I mean, they need Tyreek. But $31 million cap hit next year. For a guy who say that he may be retiring, let me tell y'all, if Chris, see, that's the one contract. If Chris Greer restructures that one again, because they done already restructured his contract, Tyreek Hill has spread out $6 million over the next 4 years because of the restructure that they already had in place. That's why in 2026, he's a $56 million cap hit, but they'll never make it there. They'll never get to that point. This is an indication right here showing y'all they don't expect Tyreek on the team in 2026. He's a $56 million cap hit. And in 2025, he's a $34 million cap hit. They may keep him on the roster in 25 or may not, depending on our success. Depending on our success. All depending on our success. So Tyreek's contract long-term is nasty. He'll never be here in 2026 or past. Not with this cap hit, $56 million. Because they back-ended a lot of it. Okay, so Tyreek, we ain't got to worry about. All right, Waddle, we talked about all the little receivers. That's just, trading in and out. Raheem Mostert, we already got on here. A-Chain's under contract for a while. Well, no, is he? I mean, A-Chain. Let me go look at A-Chain. All right. Yeah, we got him locked up to 2026 unless he's doing crazy, amazing things and his agent gets disgruntled. Which could be a possibility. I'm going to get those super chats in just a moment, guys. Just going through all of these. Who else? Tight end room, the only one worth really paying attention to is Smythe. So let's look at what his deal was. See if that's coming up to any significance. Durham Smythe. All right. Okay, they locked him down already. They gave him a 2-year extension for $7.75 million, and he's going through and they just gave him that. So he's locked in. So that's for 24 and 25. So he's good. Who else on this team? I know you said Armstead, but the way his contract is, it is what it is. That ain't gonna help us one bit. Let me see here. Teron Armstead. Let me look at it just in case I missed something. Yeah, Armstead is 2025. Next year, he's a $21 million cap hit, but he's a $24 million dead cap. Not unless they cut him and eat $8 million for the next 3 years. He's gonna be a Dolphin next year. Yeah, he'll be a Dolphin. He ain't gonna sit there and let 21 million off the table when he know all he really gonna do is play 10 games. Why would I retire if I know, let me just go on in there, be with the fellas and play 10 games and be a leader? Why would I retire? Even if I know my body couldn't do it no more. Nah, he done made a lot of money and maybe he like, I don't need it. But I'm just thinking about me. I'm thinking from my standpoint, man, I'm milking every penny in the NFL. Why I'm going to retire. And they done already restructured his contract. He done already got $4 million additional dollars spread out over the next 3 years from a restructure. They can't do that again. And if they do, they really screw in the future. They just piling it up. Well, Armstead not going on here. Somebody said Ingold. I thought we just signed Ingold. We just gave him a deal. Let me take a look at it. Yeah, Ingold. Yeah, he just got a fresh deal. 3 years, $12 million, all the way to 2026. And I'm going to tell you now, his contract is the most friendly contract you can find. They can get out right now if they want and only have $2.2 million dead cap. Ingold took his money. But I get it, and with $4 million guaranteed, he already making $3 million this year. He only guaranteed like another $1 million. But the cap hit, dead cap standpoint, yeah, he good. Well, anybody else on this roster we need to evaluate? We kind of got the O-line for those who matter right now. The receivers we're good. The running backs we touched. The wide receivers we touched. Tight ends we touched. That's the whole offense. Defensive line. Zealers locked in. Wilkins need his money. We already got that. That's everybody. Liam is still on a rookie deal. Well, hold on. But are they going to continue with Liam though? Do I need to put Liam on here? You see what I mean? And how much he's making. Remember what I told you, how much he's making. I don't need to put a person that's making $1 million on there because if they get rid of him, they just give another person $1 million or $2 million, I'm not putting Liam on here. That'll mess up my books and realistic. That'll be counting against our cap when we don't need to. Ooh, crap. Somebody said Kohu. Good point. Cater Kohu. Dang, did I spell it wrong? Man, spell Cater for me, man. Cater. That's what I put. And there it is. Yeah, I must have spelled it wrong the first time. All right, Cater Kohu. Contract year. Dang, didn't even realize it. He's under contract next year in 2024. Oh, I ain't putting Cater on here. See, the thing is, Cater's under contract. He locked in, and here's why. Because even though this is a contract year, because he's under contract for 2024 for $995,000, he's also a RFA, a restricted free agent. So we got leverage. When the next year we'll be like, okay, we want to tender him or whatever. We're good. We're good. We'll talk about Cater next year. He's a restricted free agent, and they're going to use that to their benefit. They'll let that play out until the very end. And that's the benefit. So, yeah, we good. Lester Cotton. Stop, man. Stop. All right, so anyway, guys, basically, here's what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 guys got to be dealt with and addressed this off season. Now, all of them ain't got to get paid. Okay? There's 16 on the list, but Austin Jackson was taken care of. He got paid. But we got 15 people that need to be addressed. Now y'all make me, I wanted to do a 20-minute stream, talk about Austin Jackson. Now y'all making me want to go into the details of what I think going to happen with each and every one of them. Man. I don't think I got the time right now. Y'all make all right, man. Let's start though. Let's start. Until the wife be like, hey, you say you were going to help me with this and that. All right, baby, my bad. All right, so first and foremost, let's start out with who we think getting cut. Okay. Jerome Baker, possible cut. Just a reality, right? Emmanuel Ogbah, possible cut. Okay. Man, it's gonna be a tough one, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna like this. He not getting cut, but we're not gonna re-sign him. And I love this player, by the way. I'm actually a huge fan of this player. I love players that start from the bottom, make it out the mud, work hard. This is one player that did that, and I love him for it. I want him to be a Dolphin, but I think they're going to allow him to be a free agent. Matter of fact, y'all put in the chat, who do you think that might be? I'm going to give y'all a few cracks at it. And maybe nobody will get it. Let's see. Let's see if anybody can get it. It's not Jerome Baker, not X, not Ogbah. And we'll get to them because they might be cut too on my list. But the person I'm thinking about right now, not Van Ginkel. Better not be Van Ginkel. Thank you. There go the winner, Manny J. There go the winner, Manny J. Nick Needham. Because when you got the Kohus coming up, you see what I'm saying? And you got the Cam Smiths that you got to eventually give an opportunity. And I love Needham, and Needham's good. But when you got the Kohus and you got the Cam Smiths that you draft, where you drafted them, you can't keep holding on to the undrafted guy. It's tough, and I won't need him. I love Needham, but you allow him to become an unrestricted free agent. Now, we might be shocked over the next few weeks. Oh, Needham signs a little deal with the Dolphins, lock him in for 2-3 years. Hope so, but coming off of that injury and all of that, this is just what I think now, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope we get some breaking news in the next few days or next few weeks. Needham signed a little deal to stay in Miami for a little bit, you know? But I'm going to put, they're going to let him walk and test the market. All right? Who else on here are they going to let walk? That's it. So Jerome Baker cut, Ogbah cut, Needham walk. And another thing I need to discuss with you all that nobody thinks about either. This offseason, they're getting rid of the last group of Brian Flores. Y'all got to think about that stuff. There'll still be some carryover for like maybe 3 players total on the team. And I'm not talking about the people who were drafted. I'm talking about the guys who were here before the rebuild or like right when the rebuild started. Everybody who came in with 2 or after in a draft, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about Jerome Baker. That's 1,000% Flores regime. Emmanuel Ogbah. Not a rookie contract. We're talking about a veteran they brought in, Flores regime. Nick Needham wasn't drafted, but at the same token, that's who I wish they would give a chance in a new regime, but he probably out. So that's why those guys are top priority too. And now also, Xavier Howard, that's going to be interesting. I think they'll keep him because they want that namesake in him and Ramsey duo back there because they ain't got nothing else right now. Until somebody step up to where they feel good. So I think X might get one more year, or he might get cut because his money might be too tight. Man, listen, y'all. And I hate to do this right now. I'm actually going to get up out of here because this is a stream in its own. And matter of fact, after this stream ends, I'm gonna check with the wife, see when the best time today. It might be right away. She might say, "Go do it now. Don't worry about what we were gonna do." And I might come back live, but this is a lot. We got to talk so much about all 15 of these guys and what I think is gonna happen. This is a loaded conversation because we need to play with the puzzle pieces to see which gonna be best and how we gonna get out of this. Who we gonna sacrifice? Who we gonna keep? All of that. But I'm gonna be respectful to my wife's time and her always having my back to even allow me to come live by honoring what we're gonna do together, unless she says go at it. And she might say go do your thing. But I'm gonna go check on that. I'm gonna end this stream. So just over the next few, stay tuned just in case. I might put a community post up in like 5 minutes letting you know if I'm gonna be live and exactly what time. All right. And it might happen right away. Just FYI. All right. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Austin Jackson got his money. But this, yeah, we got to do our own stream about all of this. And a matter of fact, I want to be able to maybe type it in and put it on the screen. But if I go live right away, I won't do that. All right. I might take a picture with my phone and put it on the screen, but we'll see. But yeah. Oh, and I'm sorry, y'all. Thank y'all for the super chats, man. Chaz Brown said, "Hey, TD, do you think the Ravens 49ers game is a good eye test to how this team will match up against them?" It'll be a good eye test, but it ain't 100. I think you can get a good 70% gauge off of it. Let me tell you the difference between us and the 49ers, and this is why the 49ers are the best team in the NFL. They're so similar to us, and we can do what they can do. The difference is their two guys, and Christian McCaffrey and Debo, are way more physical than Tyreek and Waddle or Tyreek and Mostert, or you see what I'm saying? They got all the weapons, right? But their guys are a little bit more physical, and that's why they tend to, produce more, not from just yard standpoint, but how the game is played. And I'm talking about against good teams, not against the bums. We gonna fly around. Nobody gonna stop us against the bums. They gonna fly around. Ain't nobody gonna stop them against the bums. But mano, great competition, physical, great team lined up across from you. They break through better than us because their guys are built for physicality. Christian McCaffrey bleeding all over the place in every game. I ain't seen a scratch on a single back or receiver for us all season. You see Christian McCaffrey jersey every game? Well, look at our jerseys every game. See, Christian McCaffrey going to get that extra 7 yards by when he's on that crosser and he catch it, and he looking at a guy 5 yards in front of him right next to the sideline. He going to hit that guy and fall forward 2 more yards, 7 yards. Tyreek, let me ease out of bounds. Next play. And it protects his health, but if they stay healthy, this is why they run through everybody. This is why they be running through everybody. They're more physical. And I can't even say we can get to that point. Our guys are small, and you don't want them getting hurt, so we just got to deal with it. All right, G Money said the cap is fake, TD. Pushing money back. I already read that. I was trolling, TD. That's why at your fans say, yeah, I know. I try to educate them. Hey, my guy, you call me delusional. OBJ is something else, my guy. You are the delusional one, my guy. Maybe. The bad thing about making a Super Bowl run is, do you trade or let the key players walk in free agency? Because y'all could get first/seconds for a couple of them. We'll talk about that too. What can you get for some of these players if you were to let them trade them or let them walk? But here's the problem. Some of these guys, we don't even have that option anymore. We can't trade Christian Wilkins because you let him go through a 5th-year option. Now you can't even trade him. You got to give him his money or let him walk. And how can you let a guy walk that you drafted? You should have already traded him if that was the case. Therefore, that's why Christian Wilkins is a strong candidate to get paid. And he going to hit hard because he having a better year. Tough situations. Tom Brady biggest cap hit on Bucks this year after he gone. But look at the Bucks. Went from Super Bowl team or contending in the playoffs. Now they got to pay the cost. They got to pay the cost. It'll be either Waddle or Hill. Can't afford both, man. Tyreek needs a statue in Miami. Hey, let's get a Super Bowl from him first. Let's get a Super Bowl first. I don't care nothing about no 2,000 yards if you get bounced in the first round. Well, like, what good is it? Tyreek hit 2,000, first player ever, and he was a Dolphin. Bounced in the first round. Now what? Well, we going to go in the all season? Yeah, but we had a 2,000-yard receiver. Man, stop that. And if we get bounced in the first round, that 2,000 probably the reason why. All right, man. Let me get out of here, and I'll let y'all know on the community tab in a few minutes what my plan is for this stream, because we got to hit this. This is, man, I knew this, but I didn't know this. I knew all of this information, but when you see them all on a list in front of me, and I waste coffee on my notepad, but when you see how many guys, that's crazy. And you already at a deficit next year. We're going to talk about it and more right here on TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Thanks for the love and support. I'll see y'all soon. Peace. I am out.